Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood is now available for PS4 and PC, and if you're like me, you're new to the game after taking a generous break from the daily grind. This video is to help get you reacclimated to the ever-expanding world of Eorzea. You will find this video especially helpful if you've chosen the way of the samurai, but generally speaking, I'm going to try and touch on some tips that should be of use to anyone that needs a refresher. Number 1. Choosing samurai. My main character is a bard and has been since day one. The idea of 2 new DPS classes to choose from was super exciting, and while it may not have been the best idea to introduce 2 new DPS classes at the same time, it is what it is. I chose samurai. Easy enough, but how does one select this job class? You want to make your way over to Ul'dah and speak to the Ul'dah citizen located directly outside of the city's main aetheryte crystal. This will unlock a quest that has you confront a mysterious man known as the Far Eastern Elder, who is hanging out in the back of the Gladiators Guild. Mind you, if you are doing this quest during opening week, the figure will probably be hidden among a mob of eager samurai job seekers like yourself. The Far Eastern Elder will provide you with everything you need to get going. Equip that katana and let the adventure begin. As a side note, your first fight as samurai will really be a piece of cake. Don't worry about acquiring or reacquiring a bunch of high quality gear. You won't actually defeat the Far Eastern Elder. Rather, he serves as a squishy practice dummy, allowing you to try out all those crazy katana skills. Number 2. Tale of Adventure Potion. You may have heard about a potion that will allow you to bypass Heavensward content and, as a result, jump from level 50 to 60 immediately. Yep, there it is. There seems to be a little confusion about what classes can and cannot use this potion, so just to give you a warning, the potion will not work for the 2 new classes. It also costs $25. If you wish to acquire this potion and use it for another class, it can be purchased from the Mog station. Number 3. Samurai Actions and the Sin Gauge. Aside from the difficult to pronounce names, the samurai skill set will be familiar to DPS veterans. You've got your standard attacks that can be stacked with other attacks to form combos, you've got your stat buffs, and you've got your group attacks. In addition to these things, you'll be introduced to the Sin Gauge. In my humble opinion, the Sin Gauge is not something you will need to concern yourself with too deeply in the lower 50s. All of your other attacks will do just fine when progressing through your early levels, but I'm going to tell you about what it does anyway. The Sin Gauge are these 3 icons that, upon filled, will activate Iojutsu. Iojutsu is another ability that unleashes a powerful attack. There are 3 levels of attack Iojutsu offers, and the availability of each one depends on how many of those Sin Gauge icons you've powered up. That's the easy explanation. I've only hit level 53 Samurai and have yet to find much use in the Sin Gauge, but I'm certain it'll come into play later in the game. Number 4. Fast XP. When I became a samurai, I made the mistake of trying to pick up a bunch of remaining side quests left untouched by my main. Don't do that. Those quests are tedious, time-consuming, and offer very little XP. A friend reminded me about Palace of the Dead. Now, I won't profess to know a ton about the reasons why Palace of the Dead exists or what purpose it plays in the overarching story. I wasn't around when that was added to the game. Anyway, it makes no difference. Grinding through Palace of the Dead will award you mass amounts of XP in very little time. You can easily progress to level 52 in under 2 hours. Number 5. Use those tombstones. When running Palace of the Dead, you'll quickly collect the max amount of Allegan tombstones of Poetics. Jump over to Mordona and pick up the Ironworks gear set from Ariana. Remember when these pieces took a while to collect? Well, now they're practically giving them away for free. Equipping Ironworks gear raised my eye level from around 85 to 107, and while you won't be wearing this set for very long, it's pretty cool to look at. I hope this video helps you through those early levels back in the game. I'm thinking about creating more videos like this for the games I spend a lot of time with, so if you guys dig this, please leave me a like below and look for more in the near future. Maybe I'll check back in around level 56 or so. We'll see. Until then,